for watching Numbskull News. And today we're going to talk about the Pac-2. We're talking Washington State, Oregon State. They're blocking up crap with the CFP. And you know what? They should. They only got so much leverage. You do what you can. All right. Now, some people were kind of detractors of this, which I don't get, especially coming from Big 12 people. All right. Why? Why would you say, hey, just bend over and take it, Washington State, Oregon State? Just, go away. Go to hell. Whatever. Go to the G5 and suck a big one. Why would you expect them to do that? Oh, they're holding up stuff. Maybe the Big 12, they may not get a team in. Well, yeah, they may not get a team in if it stays at 6-6, because here comes another G5 school to take that 6 spot, right? And by the way, it's not just a Big 12 team, possibly an ACC team, possibly a Big 10 or an SEC team doesn't get in because of that. All of those scenarios are on the table. Yeah. And Kurt Schultz, who I am no fan of, all right, I think he was a freaking idiot all last year when it came to the whole Pac-12 saga. He was a moron. But right now, what he's doing is exactly what he should be doing as a president of a university. You're going to fight for your student athletes. You're going to fight for your brand. You're going to fight for the university. You're going to fight for the fans. And you're going to use whatever leverage you got. Right now, they have a vote. You can't go to 5-7 without Kurt Schultz saying yes. That's the leverage he's got. And it's going to take money. It's going to take his school getting into the ACC or Big 12. That's what it's going to take. And why people are shocked or surprised at this, it blows my mind. Of course they were going to play the leverage card. Of course they were going to do whatever it took. Now, they're not going to get into a Power 4 conference. That's not going to happen. People need to shut up with the ACC talk. That ain't happening. All right, just get that out of your head. But what can happen is they can get paid a hell of a lot more than they would right now. They can actually go and get real money, real dollars. Maybe not all the money the Pac-12 would have gotten from the CFP if it would have survived. They won't get that. But they can get quite a bit more than just, being seen as a couple of independent schools. They can get a lot more than that. So that's what they're fighting for. That's what they're trying to do. Trying to get everything, last dollar they could possibly suck out of whatever. Because the entire college football landscape basically took a giant dump on Washington State and Oregon State. I find it funny. It's real easy to be advocates for them when it came to a lawsuit, Pac-2 versus Pac-12. It's real easy to advocate for them when, you're kind of out of it and you have no skin in the game. But now they're holding this thing up, right? They're holding this thing up where a Big 12 team could get left out of the CFP next year. Oh, now you can't stand with them. All right? When the rubber meets the road, when the shit hits the fan, now you're not going to advocate for them. And there were some people who got lit up on Twitter. They got lit up on X over the last 24 hours. And good. You should have been lit up. You should have been. Because like I said, it's really easy to advocate when it can't affect your school. Oh, but when it can affect your school, now there's a problem. Now they need to just shut up and take it. Man, stop. That's crap. It's utter and complete crap. And whoever got called out, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to do it. It's against my nature to not do it, but I'm trying to be a little better. I'm trying to be a little better on my part. Trying to do better. So I'm not going to call people out like crazy. Not over something like this. It's not egregious enough to call someone out. But Those people who had a problem with Washington State and Oregon State doing this, all right, you know who you are. And if you got called out on Twitter, if you caught a bunch of crap on Twitter, you know who you are. I don't have to say anything. You already know who you are. And I'm glad it happened. I'm glad you got the big kick to the junk. You deserved it. Period. If you're going to stand by him, stand by him. Even if it may cost you something. And look, I'm a TCU fan. I'm a Big 12 fan. And you better believe I will be pissed off next year if TCU has a great year and they could have gotten to the CFP if it was a 5-7, but since it's 6-6, they get knocked out for Boise State, or they get knocked out for Tulane or Liberty or whoever. Yeah, I'm going to be pissed off, but I'm not going to be pissed off at Kurt Scholes. I'm not going to be pissed off at Washington State or Oregon State or anybody from those universities. I'm going to be pissed off at Brett Yormark. I'm going to be pissed off at Mr. Phillips. I'm going to be pissed off at Sankey and Petiti. Those are the people I'm going to be pissed off at. Because you could damn sure work something out with those guys. Give them some more money for the next 2 years. You know, there's some kind of there's something, a deal that could be worked out. I felt it was such lame shit. Oh, Washington State is burning a bridge. They're burning their bridges. What bridge? The bridge has already got tactically nuked last year. They got completely screwed already. They're already raw dogging it back there. And you're talking about they're going to burn a bridge. There is no bridge. The only bridge they got is the Mountain West. That's it. There's no bridge. There was just some lame shit thrown out there that just, I mean, it stupefied me, man. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it. But then I thought, oh, okay, yeah, it's easy. It's easy to root for the underdog when that doesn't affect your team. It doesn't affect your conference, really. But when it does, oh, now the underdog can go to hell. That's the kind of crap that annoys me. It just does. All right. But, it is what it is. People want to root for who they want to root for. They got to see things a certain way. Okay. And look, apparently there's supposed to be a vote coming up real soon on the CFP, to work this thing out. Everyone says there's no timetable, but really, the Big Ten and the SEC want to get this worked out. The Big 12 and the ACC, they want to get it worked out. Everybody wants to see it go to a 5-7 model. All right. But speaking of that, there were so many people that's automatically said, oh yeah, of course, it's 5-7. They're going to do it 5-7, 5-7. Not even thinking about Kurt Scholes, not even thinking about Oregon State, not even thinking about that stuff. I'm like, well, y'all are reaching some foregone conclusions here before it's even done. I thought that shit was funny. Like, these guys got leverage. Like, they're not supposed to use it. Right? It's like, if your team is down by 7-8 points and they got some miracle shot to win the game, they better use all their timeouts. Don't lose that game and come back to the locker room with 2 timeouts in your back pocket. That's what they expect these guys to do. What the hell? I mean, in business, you're going to use whatever leverage you can for the best possible deal. Politics, you're going to use your leverage to get whatever you want. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to use their leverage to get the most they can for those 2 universities. And they should. They absolutely should. And if you got a problem with that, tough shit. Because if it was your school, you would want them to do exactly what that dude is doing, what Kurt Scholes is doing. So like I said, I'm not a fan of Kurt Scholes at all. Don't like him. I know he's a smart guy somehow. He's really kind of an idiot. He's been an idiot through realignment. But right here, defending his school, defending his team, his program, defending his student athletes, defending his fans and the brand. What is it? What else is he supposed to do? Except just bend over and take it. No Vaseline, no nothing. Just dry raw dogging it, right? That's how they're supposed to take it. Didn't make much sense. Not to me, it didn't. Anyway, that's all I got on this crap. And I said it before, I'll say it again. I stand with Washington State and Oregon State to do the best possible thing for their schools, their programs, and their athletes. If you can't do that, then shut the fuck up about it. Anyway, that's all I got on this. I'll be back with some other crap later. Bye.